Hello everyone, this is the Scorpio Sage Goddess, Crystal. Today I'm going to be talking to you about crystals. Now a little disclaimer before I begin, I am not an expert on crystals. This video is about my views and opinions based on the research and my experience using crystals. Now that that's out of the way, what are crystals? Okay, crystals are solid mass, basically rocks, found in the earth through many years of transformation. Each one has their own appearance, energetic property, function. They come in various shapes, sizes, and colors, and they have different levels of thickness, hardness, and most importantly, different vibrations. How do you use crystals? Crystals can be used for many different things. The top 5 that I have found are for healing, for manifesting, for protection, to connect with the divine, or to meditate with. But even though there's the 5 major ones, you can use them for pretty much anything you want. If you have depression, there's a crystal that can help you with depression. If you have a certain disease, there are crystals that can help you with diseases. Basically, anything you can think of, luck, money, prosperity, there's a crystal for that. Now, again, I am not a medical professional, and crystals in no way, shape, or form to take over any advice or diagnosis that you have been given from a medical professional. These are just an aid to help. So don't stop any regular treatments just because a certain crystal can help with a certain thing. So now that you know what they can be used for, where can you find them? Now, crystals can be found pretty much anywhere. They come from all over the world. You can find them online. Of course, you can find them online. You can find them in nature, and you can find them at local stores. The best place that I have found are metaphysical shops. If you go to a local store like Walmart or Target, you can find some crystals in the jewelry section, but you really want to be careful about that because a lot of those are basically just like plastic beads or glass that's been dyed a certain color to make it look like a crystal or gem. So really read the labels on them because they might not be genuine crystals. And of course, glass and plastic is not going to work like a regular crystal would. Okay, so when you go to find a crystal that you want, what you want to do is you want to go to the one that attracts your attention the most, the one that draws your eye. And you want to hold it in your non-dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, so I would use my left hand, and I would just hold it in my left hand, and I would close my eyes, and I would just kind of connect with the energy of the crystal. If it feels right to me, I'm going to take that one home. If it doesn't, I'm going to put it back. And that's just my opinion. I feel like the ones that really fit your energy are the best ones to use. And so if you shop online, it's a lot harder to do that. And you really want to be careful when shopping online because the picture of the crystal on there might not be what you get. I know a few years ago I ordered what I thought was a lapis lazuli heart, and it ended up being Afghanite. So definitely not the same thing, still a neat crystal, but I was pretty upset that I didn't get the one I really wanted. Of course, it came all the way from China, so I didn't want to pay return postage and anything like that because it only cost me $2 to begin with. So yeah, so just be very careful when you shop online or when you shop in different stores that might not be genuine crystals. Okay, so when you find a crystal that you like and you want to take it home, there's some maintenance you want to do on the crystals. First of all, you want to cleanse it. The crystal has its own energy, but it also draws energy from anything around it. People, experiences, it doesn't matter. It absorbs all that energy, good or bad. And so this crystal that you took home is carrying all that energy with it. So you want to cleanse it because you don't want to carry all that energy around. You don't know what kind of energy it has. And there are a few different ways you can cleanse them. You could run it under water. You could charge them or cleanse them in the sun or the moonlight. Be careful with sunlight though. If you leave them out too long, it can drain them of their color, so it might not be the best option. You can use fire. Again, don't put it directly in the fire. You just want to like run it over a flame to cleanse it. You can cleanse them with smudging or smoke, with sage or incense. And then there's also, you can cleanse them by holding in your hands and visualizing a white light surrounding the crystal, and just visualize it cleansing the entire thing. So after you cleanse your crystal, what you want to do is charge it or get it in tune with your energy. You can do this in various ways as well. My favorite is to meditate with it. So after I cleanse it, I'll like carry it around with me, or I'll hold it in my hand and meditate with it for a while, just really pouring my energy into this crystal. And I don't want to use it until I'm sure that I feel that this crystal is in tune with me and my desires. And so that's basically what I do. There are other ways that you can charge it if you want. You can carry it with you for a month. Whatever you feel is right for you. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because I don't want to have a super long video. The other thing for maintenance is to store them properly. Now, there are a lot of different opinions about storing crystals as well, but basically you want to make sure that if you have any raw crystals, you want them to be stored safely because they can deteriorate. Which also brings me to back to the cleansing. If you're going to run them underwater, do not run raw crystals underwater. They will dissolve. Only if they're polished should you do that. Back to the maintenance, the storing. So many people say if they're raw crystals, you want to store them in like cloth or a velvet lined box. Most of mine are polished, so I put them in just like a plastic box that have little dividers in them, and I have them all labeled. But you can pretty much store them any way you want. Just be careful with them because they are fragile. Rocks break all the time, crystals break all the time. Now, I know what you're saying. Crystals are cool and all. They're nice to look at, and they may be good for decorations, but can they really heal? Are they really worth anything? Should I really have them? It's a modern thing, but who cares? Interestingly enough, crystals have a very interesting history. They've been used for thousands and thousands of years. And actually, they've been used by some people that you might not think. It wouldn't be your first guess when you thought of people using crystals. The oldest record we have of crystals being used is actually from the Bible in the book of Exodus. The high priest had a breastplate, and inside this breastplate was 12 different crystals, each representing a different tribe of Israel. They also used crystals inside the temples for various things, and it was the first record of them making amulets of protection using crystals. Seriously, if you don't believe me, find a Bible, read it, you'll find it. There are also many different cultures that use crystals for various things. If you ever have studied Egyptians, they use crystals in everything. In fact, their most treasured crystal was lapis lazuli. They considered it a true stone, a true spiritual stone, and actually King Tut, a famous pharaoh, had a face mask that was made of lapis lazuli. Then there's also Native American customs. They have different crystals that they use different things for. The most famous one for them is turquoise, but they're also amethyst and things. There's been discoveries of graves over 8,000 years old that have amber crystals in them. And they even found a calcite mirror that was 30,000 years old. So crystals have been around forever, used by many different cultures. So it is not anything new. Okay, so now that you know all of that, I just want to kind of show you some of the crystals that I have that I think are neat, so you can kind of see the different kinds, sizes, what they can be used for. So basically most crystals you will find will just be tiny little stones like this, which are good for little things. These are good to put in your pocket to carry around with you. The smaller ones are also better for manifesting grids and things like that. Then there are palm stones. I have a small little palm stone right here that you can meditate with, or there are bigger palm stones like these ones, which I love to meditate with these. They're perfect. They fit in your hand perfectly, and each one has different meanings. Then there are some raw ones. I like this piece. It's a little fluorite piece. This is one of my favorite raw stones, black tourmaline, really good for protection. So I have this one. This protects me no matter what. They can also come in spheres. Here's a Himalayan salt rock sphere and a selenite sphere. These can be used for many different purposes. Mostly I use it for cleansing. They come in different wands. Here's a selenite wand. These are also good when you do manifesting grids. They help to hold the energy together and activate your grids. And then here I have, really cool, is a Himalayan salt candle holder. So you can kind of see the flame showing through there. And Himalayan salt has been used for ages for healing. So I really like to have this and meditate on it with the crystal in there if I need some health things. I just focus on healing, and I have my little Himalayan salt there, and I actually feel a lot better after I meditate with that. So that was just a little bit about basics of crystals, different ways you can use them, different ways that they come in. If you have any questions, leave me some questions in the comments below. I'll try and get to them when I can. I intend to make more videos on the specific different crystals, what they're good for, how you can use them, and things like that. If there's something specific you want to know about, again, leave me a comment below, and I'll get to it when I can. Again, this is Scorpio Sage Goddess, wishing you all happiness, peace, and prosperity. Until next time.